And good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Oh, just one second. Let me change this live right here. Alrighty. Sorry I'm a little late today this morning, guys. My apologies. All right, perfect. Now we are all ready to get started. Like I said, my apologies. I'm running just a couple minutes late this morning. But thank you for joining me, regardless. My name is Adam. As you know, if you've been here before, I'm here representing Connecting Community Health Support with our free virtual live body weight exercise program. All right, let me get my phone set up. Perfect. So, today is a special day. So, first off, welcome to week 16. Good job for making it this far. And thank you for joining me. Second off, special day because I'm going to be doing three. Now, we usually give you guys a lot of variations with our movements, but today I plan on having a variation for both seated, standing, and floor-based. So, if you guys know anyone who is in a chair that needs a little more exercise, so the whole reason we do this, my father is in a chair, he's disabled, and I want to make sure he can follow along with us as well. So same with you guys, if you know anyone that is in a wheelchair or is chair-bound or in a bed that you think they need to do some more physical exercise, please send this their way. Let them know that there are people and programs out there for them to kind of help them gain some more strength. So it's not just about the people that are more, I don't want to say capable, but being able to stand and do these standing and floor-based variations. We do care about those individuals who also are not able to stand and do those floor or standing-based variations. Is that my girl? There she is. Happy face. How are you? Good morning. Sorry I was a little late. I do apologize. I know you have to get going to work. So I'm going to cut this spiel down a little bit and get going. So, like I said, special session today. This is a deload week because this is the fourth week. This is 3. This is 4. This is the fourth week. So every 4 weeks we do a deload week. We do a deload week. So it's going to be 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. 3 sets of 8 exercises. And like I said, there's going to be variations for all 3. So there's going to be different exercises for all 8 of the movements. So I'm Adam Fox, like I said. This is Connecting Community Health Support, and we're going to get going. So before I do get going, as always, please go talk to your doctor or physician if you have any questions about starting an exercise program. It's just the baseline. Got to get it out of the way in the beginning. Kind of like a little waiver, so to speak, but just to let you guys know, hey, got to make sure you talk to your doctor first if you have not already and you have some underlying health conditions such as knee issues, joint issues or heart issues, blood pressure, which it would be hard. But still, any issues like that, please go talk to your doctor. Remember, we're doing this for you guys. We do this to eliminate all barriers to exercise. If you don't like the gym or don't, oh, hello, Pip. A little guest appearance by Mrs. Pip. Watch out, come on, watch out. So, kind of took my train of thought there, but remember, this is for everyone. If you don't like gyms or are apprehensive, we're here for you. So let's just get some good, solid movement in today. I'm gonna try to shut up a little bit because I get going on tangents and I get talking, kind of forget that I am also proctoring a workout. So let's get going here today. Today, like I said, come on, work with me here, timer. All right, so let's get going. First thing we're going to start with, let's do some ankle rolls just like this. And remember, I'm going to walk you guys through everything. You don't need any equipment. It's just your body weight. I'm here to answer any questions, whether it's live stream or replay. We will still answer questions for you. So, all right, now let's switch ankles. And what I mean by that, say that you're feeling like, a perfect example is my mother. was doing the hinges in more of a bent over, extending the lower back, and not, now let's go the other way here, and not really hinging at the hips, and she was getting some pain in her lower back, so I had to correct the way that she did those. And it was just very easy by telling her to push her butt back to hitting something externally. So I will explain a little bit more of that, but now we're going to get going with the hip open and close the gates. So just bring the hip up, bring it back to, well, not the hip, I should say, bring the knee up, bring it back down, bring the knee up, bring it back down like so. But she was, so this is a perfect example of, say that you need a little help with one of the exercises, or a little pointer to kind of correct it if it's not feeling right, or if you're getting some pain doing it. She was doing a hinge pattern more so like this, opposed to hinging at the hips, and I just had to quickly correct that. I switched sides to the other leg, quickly correct that to more of a non-maladaptive, non-painful pattern. And as soon as I gave her a couple cues telling her to push her hips back, pretend like she's hitting her butt against the wall, she is in no pain anymore, and it was totally fine. But for all of you who are watching this on replay, who don't get the opportunity to interact with us through chat, please reach out to us on any of our social medias. We'd love to answer any of those questions that you guys have. All right, moving on here. We are going to do the T-spine rotations. Time to get the shoulders nice and warmed up. Bring it back, follow it with your hand. Follow your eyes. Follow your eyes. Your eyes should follow your hand. Excuse me, I cat got my tongue this morning. Where'd Pip go? But all you're doing is bringing your arm as far behind you as you can while keeping your eyes on your hand. Perfect, just like that. Alrighty, do a couple more of these on each side. We'll make sure you guys are nice and loose or warmed up for this workout, because it's very common, especially at 7:30 in the morning, no matter where you're joining us from. If it's 7:30 in the morning, you're probably a little stiff from the night before, sleeping hopefully for 8 hours, making your body a little stiff. So we're just gonna try to warm you up right now, get you a little loosened up, so to speak. Perfect. Now we're gonna do some shoulder circles as well. So we can do alternating arms like this, or we can do both like this. These are not in the program today, so feel free to do them to whatever intensity you would like, with whatever width you'd like. So if you guys want to do them like this, little guys like Mr. Miyagi, wishy-washy, then go ahead, or you can make them a little bit bigger, like so. Whatever feels the best for you guys. Because remember, I can't feel the things that you feel. Maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I want to make sure you guys feel the best doing this. So go off of your own feelings, not what I am quote unquote telling you to do. I'm giving you a buffet of movement options, and you get to pick which one tastes the best, so to speak. All right, couple more here. Perfect. Now we got the shoulders nice and warmed up. Let's get into those neck circles. So nice and slow rotations, just like this. And back. Remember, guys, as always, we got quotes of the day, or a quote of the day / the week, and some tidbits at the end. So please stick around for those if you guys are looking to hear some stuff about the social environmental aspects of not just exercise, but life in general. So now we're going to look left to right. So look at the left, look at the right, look at the left, just like this. Back and forth, and back and forth, just like so. Find a spot on each wall and focus your gaze on that. Now we're going to go down and up and down and up. Same thing, just focusing your gaze on. I usually try to look in between my my ankle bones and then back up to the sky. So ankle bones, sky, ankle bones, and sky. All right, now if you guys want to do some hip swings, I did forget to do those today. So we can do some hip swings to open up real quick. You guys go ahead and keep doing that. I'm going to grab my good old-fashioned handy-dandy pillow to help me with the first movement, like I was talking about, the hinge. So, you guys can keep on doing some leg swings if you'd like, but for me, I'm going to start talking about the 3 exercises we have. So the first one is the regular, just reach to the ground, pick it back up. We're starting with that in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So reach to the ground, picking it back up, just like that. So that is the usual one that we've been doing for the past, 16 weeks. And the same thing with the bridge variation. If you would like a little more gravity resistance, do the bridge from here, from the ground. Remember, let's just make sure we have a straight line between our armpits and our knees at the top of this movement. And then I will show the seated movement on the next round. We are done. There we go. Why isn't the personal trainer paying rent? Because he's squatting. I love the joke. You got to tell me, Happy Face. Do you find these on the internet, or do you come up with these yourself? Because these are pretty good. These are really generic, and I like it. All right, next one we're doing is the reverse fly combo. I'm going to show you the standing variation in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So the standing variation, you're going to row, fly, row, fly. So row like this, fly like that. And then we also do have the grounded variation. We're going to do T's on the ground, so just like the ITYs, but now you're just going to pulsate. Just like so. Hope you guys can see me. And then the seated variation is going to be doing a row fly from a chair in the same position. So row and then fly, row and then fly, and we are done. There we go. So silly me is going to try to show seated exercises without a chair, and I think that might be a little hard. So the next one we got before I get talking, overhead press. So the first one, just overhead press, just like usual, standing up. The second one is going to be the floor version, where we are seated in like a crunch, starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So seated in a crunch like this, do an overhead press, and then the seated version is going to be overhead press as well. You can alternate if it makes it easier because you're in a chair. Either or, it's up to you guys. Google search. Okay, hey, either way, if it's a Google search or it's generic, I still love it because they are very, like I said, they're very generic, and I don't think I've heard any of these jokes before. So keep them coming. I love it. All right, and we are done. There we go. I'm also trying not to clap every single time for you guys because I know that might be a little annoying. It's kind of like my online stream tick where I do it all the time just because it might make me comfortable doing this. So I'm going to try not to do that as much, so my apologies in advance. All right, now, next one we have is 3 different types. So this the hand in wall, single arm, single leg lift. It's going to be emulating a side plank, starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So you're going to do this for 15 seconds on this side. We're going to switch over to the other side, keeping that arm pressed into the wall like so. The other variation is the side plank from your knees or from your feet, like so. And the last one is going to be the elbow drive and opposite hip lift. So I do not have an elbow to do it with, but you're going to drive your elbow into the chair and lift the opposite hip up, stopping right about now. Perfect. And this is going to be tough. I probably should have done this floor, standing variation, then floor, then seated in that order. But I'm rolling with the punches on the fly, so I'm going to keep going here. The next one we have is the squat. Now remember, all the squat is just sitting down and standing up. Real quick, I'm going to show you with the chair just to kind of cement it. We're starting here in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So just touch the butt to the chair and come back up. Now, say you can't get all the way down to the chair. Let's take a pillow, put the pillow there, and then same thing, just think touch the butt to the pillow, touch the butt to the pillow, and come back up. And then if you are in a chair, we can't really do a squat if you're in the chair, but we can do single leg extensions like this, alternating legs. So extend the leg, do 2 on each side. And we are done with those. Good job, guys. So all the ones I did not get to as far as the standing and or grounded and or seated variation, I will get to on the next round. Speaking of this, we're almost done with the first round. Moving on to the floor press, wall press, or the seated press. So the seated press, you're going to be sitting in a chair, pushing into the chair like this, and the elbows, trying to push yourself up. I'll show you the other two, starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So as always, the wall press, remember, coming down for 3 seconds. Regardless of which one you're doing, I want you guys to try to hold it for 3 seconds. If you're doing the seated or press or the eccentric, the lowering for 3 seconds if you're on the wall or on the ground. From the ground, remember, from the knees, like so, coming down 1, 2, 3, pressing back up. 1, 2, 3, pressing back up like that, stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Hope you guys like the timer. I'm making sure you guys can hear it because I am talking a lot and I'm not counting down every single one. So I want to make sure you guys still know when to start and stop. So next one we're doing, it's going to be the standing variation, is the bent over T's, Y's, and I's. You can also do this from standing variation as well. Or the swimmers. I'm going to demonstrate those in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So you're going to come down the floor like so, like this. Reach your hands all the way up. Bring them back to the butt. Bring them back up. Very similar to the snow angels that we used to do in the beginning of the program. I know Happy Face remembers those, but for those who were not here, it's very similar to just doing a snow angel, but on your stomach. And then for the seated, we're going to do the T's, Y's, and I's. Even if you have to do a single hand, that is okay. And we are done with that one. Good job. Remember, like I said, if you need to do that single arm, just the T's and Y's and I's. If you're in a chair, all that matters is that you're getting that movement in. That's really the most important part for people that are in a chair. All right, so next one, we're moving on to any marching variation you would like. We can do the contralateral reach like this. We can do the apple reach like so, starting in 3, 2, 1. We can do marches, high knees like this, or we can go to the grounded variation, which is going to be the dead bug. So all we're doing here, knees, pretend like there's a bookshelf right here, so it's not going to fall off. None of the books are going to fall. Extending opposite arm, opposite leg, coming back up. Opposite arm, opposite leg, coming back up. In the seated version, I will show next round. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. See, I'm letting the buzzer be my clap today because I know it's actually funny. My good friend Adam Walker was the one who tuned me into how much I clap. I never really thought about it like that. It must be pretty annoying to hear constant clapping the entire time. So I'm going to try to work on that for you guys because this is all for you guys. So moving back to, oh yes, the reaching to the floor starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So you can do the regular reaching to the floor, just like this. Make sure, remember, you're pushing that butt out. Pretend like you're trying to hit something with the butt. Do the bridges from the floor, or you can do the toe touches. So put your butt all the way back in the chair. Lean forward, touch your ankles. Lean forward. Try to hinge at the hips, not lean with your lower back. And these actually, I feel these in my hamstrings as well. So I know these are working. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Let's do it again. All right. I wasn't sure if anyone else was commenting in this morning. It's one of my favorite parts about this, is being able to interact with you beautiful people behind those screens. And now for the reverse fly combo. So all it's going to be for seated is the row fly combo. So row, fly, just like that, starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So it's row together, and then fly together, and then row, and fly, and row, and fly. And then remember the same thing from bent over or standing, whichever one you want. Row, fly, row, fly, or row, fly, whichever one. And then the pulsating T's. So I don't have time to lay on the ground. Pretend I'm laying on the ground. We're just going to pulsate the arms just like so. Stop in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. And remember, the big thing about this program is not necessarily, yes, the quality of the movement. We always want quality of the movement to be very high. But the biggest thing is keeping the body moving, making sure we're keeping the heart rate up, because this is an aerobic program. And even though these are not your traditional, 30 seconds of high knees or some high intensity type of aerobic exercise, this is still an aerobic exercise training program. So remember that, guys, starting with the overhead press in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So I'm just going to be reaching towards the ceiling. We can do alternating arms, whichever one you prefer. Remember, this is your buffet of movement. You get to pick. We just give you the options. Or we can go to the seated variation. Same thing. You can alternate if you'd like. Whichever one feels better for you. And then, sorry, that was not the seated. That was the floor. And then the seated variation, same thing. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. I'm going to get better with the clapping, I promise. All right. Next one, we are back to the core. So I don't think I explained this very well last time. For the seated, now I want you guys to use your imagination with me here. Pretend like I have an elbow rest that I can put my elbow into and lift my opposite leg off the ground. It's going to emulate that side plank. So we're starting with that in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So you're going to press in for 2 seconds, press in for 2 seconds. And then if you're not doing that, we can do the arm into the wall like this. This is going to get some nice core activation. You'll feel it on the same side as the wall. And then you can switch sides like this, or we can go down to the ground and do the good old-fashioned side plank like so. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. Yes, that is Princess Pip right here. She is the queen of the house. Well, girlfriend's queen of the house, but I guess she's the princess of the house, so to speak. And she loves to sit right in the way of the stream and let all of you guys see her because she is a little diva. But I love my little diva. So, all right, starting with the squats in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So remember, guys, all we're doing is sitting down in the chair and standing back up. These are the steak and potatoes, as I like to call it, of this program, meaning that these are one of the most important movements that we can do because it's one of the most transferable to everyday life. So a couple more here. Remember, if you're in the chair, you can extend the leg, extend the leg, extend the leg, extend the leg, just like that. Stop in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Well, I didn't realize how deeply ingrained that clapping is. Every time I hear that buzzer, I want to clap. But okay, that is all right. So remember, for the pressing pattern, if you're in the chair, you're just going to be pressing down into the chair, trying to hold it for 3 seconds, and then pushing yourself back down. Unfortunately, I don't have elbows on my chair, armrests on my chair, so I can't do it. But for the other variations from the floor, I'm going to be starting with that in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So coming down 1, 2, 3, and back up. 1, 2, 3, and back up. 1, 2, 3, and back up. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting a little bit fast, so let's just slow it down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, press up. 1, 2, 3. All right, last one here, guys. Come on. 1, 2, 3, and we are done. Remember, the big key with that is making sure that you are bringing yourself down to the ground for that 3-second count. We want to gain that strength so that if you are doing it from your knees, we will be able to progress you to doing it from feet fully extended instead of just on your knees, or even just from the wall, getting you down to the knee version and not feet fully extended. So first one we got, I'm going to show you the seated version starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So seated version, T's and Y's and I's like so. And if that's a little difficult, we can just do a single arm like this. I know this range of motion may be a little problematic for some. So even if you're just going quarter of the range of motion, like so, as long as you're still getting some good range of motion in and some movement, that's all that really matters today, guys. And then the same thing for the standing and the bent over, stopping right about now. So as I said, the bent over for that was the T's and Y's and I's, and then the third variation was the swivel like so. All right, moving back to the second core one. So remember, for the seated, it's gonna be a seated reach like so. So you're gonna bring the hip up, reach with the opposite arm like so. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. And then it's going to be the same thing for the standing. You can do any marching variation you'd like. If you like hitting the knees off the hands, let's go ahead and do that. Or if you would rather do the holds like this, let's go ahead and do that. Or we can go to the ground and do the dead bug like so. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Extend, stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. Oh, no, that didn't work. There we go. Second time's a charm. If you fail, always get back up and try to succeed. Or do it again, whichever one you want to say. Which actually was our quote from last week. One of my favorite quotes of Winston Churchill is failure, going from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Yes, that's one of the best quotes ever. I can't remember the beginning of it, but basically, if you fail, get back up and keep going. All right, bent over floor touches. So just bring in. The best thing I like to use is external reference point of picking up the pillow and putting it back down. Just like so. Pick up the pillow, put it back down, pick it up, put it back down. Remember, if you want to do this from the floor, we can do the glute bridge as well. Stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. I'm gonna get the actual quote now that all right, we're starting with the reverse fly combo in 20 seconds. But I think it is important to find that quote. Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Yes, that is and that's a perfect way to wrap in failure in exercise. You got to keep going back to it, even if it sucks, because you know you failed once, but you even twice. All right, reverse fly combo starting right now. So remember, row and fly. But even if you failed, 3, 4, 5 times, and you keep on getting up and going back, that is the definition of success, because you are trying to actively improve yourself, knowing that you have failed in the past. So for any of those who have maybe failed doing this exercise program, still good job for showing up, and we are here for you. Stop it in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. We're here for you, and we're here to see you succeed. So good job in constantly succeeding and showing up. Also, we are on the 3rd set, so give yourselves pats on the back here. We got 6 more. Can I count? I can count. Perfect. 6 more exercises, and then we are going to get on to the cool down. You guys can get out of here. I need that chair, Pip. And this is what I mean by the diva. She's a little princess. All right, doing the overhead press starting right now. So remember, guys, just touching the ceiling. For me, thankfully, I am not vertically challenged, so I am able to touch the ceiling. Not calling anybody short or tall, but just saying I am vertically inclined, so I'm able to touch the ceiling. But if you're not, that's okay. We can get down into the crunch position and overhead press like so. Stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. I clapped again, but cut it. Either way, still cut it. All right, and this one, remember now, guys, moving on to the side plank. If you get the arm just under the shoulder, so you're right here, not up here, pressing into the wall, bringing that opposite hip up as high as you can, and just pressing into the wall and holding for about 10 to 15 seconds, then switching sides, starting with that in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Now remember, you can also do the side plank from the ground, like so, making sure that elbow is stacked under your shoulder nice and good, so you're not getting any pain in the armpit. Also, if you want, you can add the hip hike to it, but you do not need to do that. Now we're going to switch sides, even though I can't see you guys' beautiful comments. I was going to say faces, but I can't see your faces anyway. So same thing, stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. All right, Pip. I love you, but I'm going to have to move you. I know. I'm sorry. I know. I call her a princess because she doesn't really get angry or bite you. She'll just let you, even though she knows she's in the way, she'll let you move her. But, all right, back to the squat. A big thing I always teach with the squat is it is the same exact thing as sitting in the chair. It's why I always use the chair to demonstrate it. So I'm going to be showing that in 3, 2, 1, and begin. So the form is exactly the same, whether it is a squat or sitting in a chair. The only difference is, so watch, as I come down, obviously my center of weight or mass doesn't shift back to my butt because I can't sit down if there's no chair. But if I take the chair away, the form should be exactly the same. So don't think about squatting, think about sitting down in the chair, standing back up, stopping in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. So that's just a little tidbit when it comes to how you think about an exercise, because it does, your perception of the exercise does affect the outcome. So just think about the goal of the task, not necessarily the process. You don't got to think about squeezing any muscles. Your brain will do that for you. So all you got to think about is sitting down in the chair, standing back up. Even if there's no chair there, it's an invisible chair, so to speak. All right, starting with the floor press in 3, 2, 1, and begin. And now she thinks I'm playing games with her. Come on, baby, move. All right, coming down for 1, 2, 3, and then back up. 1, 2, 3, and then back up. 1, 2, 3, back up. 1, 2, 3, and if you want, you guys can go from your feet out. 1, 2, 3, then go to your knees and press up from the knees. Stopping right about now. Perfect. So whichever one feels better for you guys. I would recommend, if you can't do the full push-up, to start to give your body some like a reference point, or being comfortable with holding all that weight. So allowing the feet to be fully extended, press down or come down, and then press up with your knees. Okay, starting with the standing ITYs right now. So standing or bent over, T's, Y's, I's, Y's, T's, just like that. Or remember, from the ground all the way down under swimmers, like so. These are personally my favorite exercise and warm-up for, a little bit more dynamic exercises, but this is one of my favorites. Stopping here in 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go. All right. And we got one last movement. Yeah, one last movement, and then we are all set here today, guys. So I want you guys to pick which one you want to do. You want to reach for the apple, like so. You want to do the contralateral reach, which contralateral means opposites. So your right leg, left arm, like this, or dead bug, starting in 3, 2, 1, and begin. I'm going to go down to the floor and do the dead bug. But remember, if you're in a chair, you can always do, I don't know why I didn't grab the chair, but you can do the contralateral reaches in the chair, which mimics this dead bug. So it's not the same movement pattern because of gravity, but anatomically, it is the same movement pattern. So here we go, guys. Power through here. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and cut it. There we go, guys. Good job. Good job. Now I'll clap because you made it through, and I want you guys to give yourselves some big pats on the back real quick before we get down into the cool down. I need to vacuum this rug because I lay on it with my nice black CCHS shirt, and it's covered in cat hair. Thankfully, I'm not allergic. Oh wait, yes I am, but I take allergy medicine, so no biggie. So moving on here. First thing we're gonna be doing, like I said, you can just give yourself some pats on the back, some self hugs, because you made it through a tough workout. I know this is the deload week, so the intensity was not 35 seconds of work, 25 seconds of rest like it was last week, but still, you guys still had some good solid quality of movement in here today. I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. Take all the little victories, or don't take all the little victories for granted, because they make up who you are and they make up your confidence. You need confidence to continue to go from those failures to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. So now we're just going to shake the arms out like so. This is good for recovery, getting some blood flow in those tissues, those distal tissues, which just means away from your heart. So your fingers, your elbows, your wrists, things like that. Keep on shaking here. I know I kind of look goofy, but it's okay. You're the only one that can see me. I can't see you, so you can look as goofy as you want behind that camera. That's totally okay. All right, so now we are moving on to the kick out. So remember, pretend like we just stepped in a puddle. Now I want to kick the legs out like so. Kick it out, kick it out. I'm going to sneeze. Uh-oh. One usually means three, so maybe laying on that floor. The cat hair did get me regardless of that Zyrtec I took, but that's okay. Keep on kicking out here. Same thing, we're kind of just shaking the leg to try to get some blood flow. We can, if you like, to do some leg swings, whatever feels better for you guys. I know I say that a million times every stream, but that's because I do really mean it. It's about what feels best for you, not me. Pip, you almost just caught a big toe to the face. I'm glad you didn't, sweetheart. All right. Now we're going to do some breathing. I'm going to talk at you, whichever one you prefer. So, breathing in the nose, out of the mouth. Keep on breathing here, guys. I'm going to pull up the tidbit and the quote for the day. Where are you? Keep on going, guys. Just keep on breathing nice and quietly, nice and calmly through the nose, out of the mouth. I'm not a yogi teacher, but I do want you to relax, kind of like pretend like almost like you're meditating. Thank you, Siri. Almost like you're meditating. Just in the nose, out of the mouth. Let that body really calm down and cool down. So I can give you our quote today. So our quote is, how can you be inspired if you not surround yourself with things that inspire you? So that plays into our social pillar, social environmental. And as Seth talked about yesterday a little bit, when it comes to the social environmental, I know he had his tidbits and whatnot, so I have mine now. And the thing I really looked at this week when I was researching this was what really makes a healthy social relationship. Because there are a lot of things that we can talk about social relationships, but there's three things that this study/paper I was reading highlighted. And the first one was the social integration. You have to look at social integration as how much, the overall degree of like a formal and or informal relationship you have with people. So informal relationships would be something as your significant other, your mother, your brother, people that, when I say informal, like someone that's not your boss, someone that's not, a community organizer, or someone who isn't a part of a community that you are in, more informal, something that, someone you could say what up to and not have to be as formal with. So someone who is formal is more of a community organizer, or it's like a religious group, or gym members that maybe or even so us right now, we are a type of formal group, Connected CHS, and you guys are our formal. We have formal relationships with you. So that's the first part of healthy social relationships, is how much social integration you have. How many of those relationships do you have in your life? Do you have them, or do you not have them, in a sense? So the next thing is the quality of these relationships. So I like to just think about this. I know the quality sounds really easy just to explain, but it can be looked at as like the positive or negative aspects of the relationships, such as, undue stress placed upon by an individual by a significant other or a family member or their friends, as well as the presence or the lack of emotional support by these individuals. So say that you don't have a really good quality of relation. You can have social integration, but you then need to look at, okay, I have these people in my life. How strong and what's the quality of these relationships with these people? And then the next thing we have to really take into consideration has to be the different types. I'm sorry, I'm losing my place right here. Where did it go? Yeah, so now we have the social integration, the quality. Now we need to look at the social networks. So the social networks, you can kind of look at this as the individuals or groups that one surrounds himself with. So that's kind of more so looking at the strength and the type of the relationship. This is different than social integration, because social integration just looks at how do you have these relationships in your life. And now the social networks looks at the entire network of individuals in your little group, so to speak, or your social ties, and then the strength of those relationships and what type of relationship is it. So is it a personal relationship that's not intimate? Is it an intimate relationship that is personal? Kind of a little bit of both. Is it just a friend or family member? And then also, what is that group around them? What are the influences of that group? Because we have to think about the influences that other people have upon us. And there's some very interesting studies that talk about how individuals without a higher quality of social ties and strength in overall healthy social relationships have a lower quality of life, have increased risk of having a cardiovascular disease, such as a heart attack or high blood pressure. Or there's even research to show that not having one of those relationships can cause cancer or slow the recovery process of cancer, and even give you autonomic immune disorders as well. And in hand in hand with that, they've been shown that individuals in hospital beds have a slower immune response to any physical injuries and or surgery recovery without social ties. So the whole point of me giving this little spiel today is to talk about how important it is to have a strong social network. If you don't have a strong social network, it's not just your mental, your social health that's deteriorating, so to speak. It's also your mental, your physical, financial, and mental, physical, financial, social, obviously, and physical, nutritional, everything. Because the more you hang out with that group, the social network, if they have bad health habits, you will start to indulge in those health habits, whether it's smoking, drinking, excessive eating out, you name it. You will start indulging in that to stay a part of the group, and then your own health will negatively will take a negative toll. It will take a negative toll on your health because you are trying to fit in with that group a little more. And not everyone is like that, but it is very common in the literature that individuals who were healthy before they joined a social group, and then they joined a social group with not so healthy habits, now they became more unhealthy from trying to fit in with that group. So like I said, the whole point of giving this little spiel today is just to have you guys talk, or have you guys think about, who am I surrounding myself with? I know Seth talked about this yesterday, but who am I surrounding myself with? How strong are these relationships? Do I have strong social integration? Am I a part of a group? Do I consider myself a part of a group? Because that does play with your mindset as well, because we all love having friends and being a part of a group. So isolating yourself, it's a form of torture, and at least it was used as a form of torture in World War II, and even wars beyond that, because it's not the only war that's happened in the past 60 years or 70 years. But just social integration and social isolation is a really, really bad thing, and being socially isolated from the outside world is basically like torture. So please, guys, take a deeper look into your social life and see what you surround yourself with, because I know it sounds very cliche, but you are what you eat, and it's the same thing with social life. You are who you are with. So just take that into consideration. If you guys have any questions about any of this, I know I kind of blew through that really fast. There's a really good research article. We will be posting it later in the week in our blogs. If you are signed up for our weekly newsletter, please go on our website. I will throw it in the captions. Where is it? I will throw it in the captions. Oh, never mind. It's already right there. It's on the caption right now. Please go check out our page. We have blogs about this. We really heavily care about trying to help you guys improve your life in all of the 7 pillars. Mindset. I'm not going to remember all of them because my memory is not that great. But mindset, sleep, nutrition, fitness, personal finance, policy reform, and I'm missing one. I can't remember. It's okay. I got 6 out of 7. That's better than I thought I was going to do. But I can't remember the last one. But we want to help you become healthier through all. Oh, social environmental. Duh. But We want to help you become healthier through all of these pillars. And we do this by these blog posts, by our posts on social media. It's not just this exercise that we do for you guys. We do a lot more, so please go check us out on our Linktree or our website and just give us a follow, give us a share, tell your friends about us, because we're doing this because we love helping people. And at the end of the day, my passion, and I know I can speak for the others as well, is helping you guys. I don't care if I don't get a single dollar from this. I do personal training on the side. That's totally fine with me. As long as I'm making some money to put food on my table, I just want to help you guys live a happier and healthier life, because I really feel like a lot of people that need that happier and healthier initiative in life don't really have the ability to get that. They don't have the money, or they don't have the access to a gym, or whatever it may be. So we want to be your outlet for not just movement. I say that a lot, outlet for movement, but also outlet for informational resources about how to make your life healthier and happier, not just through exercise, but through all those 7 pillars. I'm going to try again: sleep, nutrition, mindset, fitness, personal finance, social, environmental, and now I'm missing another one that I said. You get the point. I know all 7 of them. I just can't ring them off the top of my head in the correct order, so to speak. So I'm going to shut up and let you guys get on with your day, but thank you for joining me, guys. I really hope this little tidbit at the end did you guys some help and helped you with, kind of take a deeper look introspectively about how to increase those healthy relationships or take them out of your life. So go, if you want to see what I kind of read off of and where I got my information from, please, like I said, go check our website out. Check the blog that will be up later in the week about my portion, the second half of what I was talking about: social integration, quality of relationships, social isolation, and social networks. But without further ado, I'm going to sign off. I have to go and do some personal training, like I said. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining, and I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you